Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is OLNUZOLA and I caught a cold. So don't mind the sound, the nasal voice I have today. I put on sun makeup and I just washed my hair. And I figured, again, I always figure something. You notice that? Today's topic is why tarot is so beneficial during times of crisis. Now, I have experience in that and I felt like sharing this with you so it might benefit you as well. Also, it can be interesting if you know me and you've been wondering why is she doing tarot? I don't get it, they're just cards. Well, first, let me say, tarot cards, the cards, it is still unknown what their origin is and how old they are. The first thing that pops always into my mind is that it has been used as a mystic initiation process tool by Egyptian priests, but no, not but. Also, I know that playing cards, first playing cards were around, what was it, 300 AD in China, and since, what was it, the 14th century, it was first documented in Florence, and there's also history from Italy. People say that the Egyptians, no, the Gypsies took the cards from Egypt to Europe. They used it mostly as fortune-telling cards. So there are so many ways to use tarot, from initiation to oracle to future telling. I started tarot because I knew that it was rich of symbology, and to me it was like the perfect umbrella for my studies because it contains almost all the subjects that I'm interested in, of which a lot of them I grew up with, but still it wasn't like my mother spoon-fed me the knowledge. I just saw her reading the books, and later on I studied the subject myself. And I'm talking about astrology, numerology, like I said, symbology, all types of, like animal symbology, color symbology, numerology. Did I already say that? Mythology, Kabbalah, chakras. You also have decks that teach you about herbal medicine. Like, it's just, yeah, like I said, lovely umbrella for me. But here it comes, my experience on using the tarot in a time of crisis. In 2015, I think I started tarot 2014. In 2015, I got very ill. Now, I have been diagnosed with PTSD in 2009. Most people who know me don't know that, but yeah, there was already a history in that. And then later in life, I experienced more traumas, which, yeah, made it all worse. At a certain point, I realized after I did some research, because I came to a point where I heard my own voice in the back of my head saying, Olga, you're not yourself anymore. This has been going on for a while. You don't feel well. What is going on? So I Googled and I found a list of the differences between PTSD, depression, and burnout. And I could tick all the boxes. I had all three, and I realized that in 2015. By that time, I never heard anybody speaking about burnout. So yeah, I had a healing journey, and last summer I finally really felt that I was healed. And but besides that, I know that I will carry this my whole life, because there are still sometimes things that I feel that I need to take care of. But sticking to the subject, during my time of healing, I've experienced what they call the dark night of the soul. And for me, it wasn't a particular night that was very dark. That's just symbolically. It came to me in waves, in periods. I experienced a combination of a lot of physical pain on many places, and also mentally it was very blurry and dark. And I had two moments. Yeah, I'm just gonna say I had two moments where I didn't want to live anymore. And let me just say, I'm not gonna get into details because this is not what this video is about, but I'm sharing it because I'm talking about why tarot is beneficial during times of crisis, and that was a big crisis in my life. I never made plans to do it, but I had two moments on different days in 2015 where I was so overwhelmed by physical and mental pain that I was like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to live anymore. And that's only that thought made me so sad because I'm naturally a very optimistic person. Luckily, that thought didn't stuck around a long time. It was just a moment, like maybe, I don't know. But anyway, back to tarot. During my healing time, tarot was a big factor that, well, it was a big tool, big thing for me that helped me. And why? Because I learned a lot about myself. And also, I think this is the key thing of this whole video. I learned about the light sides of the dark cards. So, even though it's already natural for me to see things from a different perspective since I'm a Gemini, yeah, it clarified it. It's still, how can I say that? Well, not going back, I want to talk to you about thoughts. And this is the Magus card, the Magician. This is the second card, although it's numbered 1. And this is the Mercury card. This is the symbol of Mercury. Mercury is the planet that rules the mind, messages, communication, and its element is air. Because think about it. Think about it. Air. Oh yeah, the other day I wrote this. Air, even though you can't see it, it's there. And it's also a confirmation in itself that there is more than material things, right? It's a vibration, it is there, but you can't grasp it. And the Magus, in its full potential, so this archetype, the goal to get to your highest potential, to be the Magus, he has all the elements around him. On most tarot cards, he has a table in front of him with all the elements. So there's fire, water, air and earth. Fire is wands, water is cups, earth is discs, and air are swords. So these elements represent all the things that we experience in this life on this earth. It is very complex, but I will keep it easy for you. The Magus in its full potential has all the elements around him, and here it comes. He is conscious about the fact that he is aware of the fact that he sees the tools, and his mind, he's a mastermind. He mastered his mind. He has a control over his mind, so he knows what tool to pick to make the right decision, to take the right action that is needed for his benefit, that is most beneficial to him. And that is what tarot does. So tarot helps us to get your mind right, right? And in this time, maybe you think to yourself, okay, and why do I need tarot for that? Well, there's so much distraction. There's so much information and it all goes way too fast. Our system needs to digest it and it's unnatural. That's why so many people have burnouts now. And this, oh, I got all hyped up. Nowadays, the news is very close by. We are experiencing this crisis right now. There's a lot of fear. It's a vibration that is hanging in the air. So to protect yourself, you need to get with your mind. You need to make contact with your mind. To realize, hey, what am I thinking? Where do these thoughts come from? And flip the script, change your mind. And tarot helps you to do that. So let's put all the spiritual and symbolic stuff aside and see it as a very practical thing. Spending time with the cards. You can either do that yourself or you can book a reading with me and we can do it together. Exploring the cards. The cards are like mirrors to ourselves. We see these images, we think, we contemplate about their meanings, and they can ignite something in us. They can help us to refocus on what we need, whether it's comfort, the cup cards talk about feelings. So they help to acknowledge their feelings. Our feelings are really there. The wands, fire, creativity, passion. These cards can ignite the fire, can inspire us to take action. The pentacles, the discs, earth element. They can offer us stepping stones or in a way even business plans to schedule, to see what type of steps we need to take to get a better business or to get better health. It's all about wealth, the material world. And then again, the swords clarify, they illuminate and clarify our thoughts. If you get a card with a lot of swords, most people are scared of the sword card because they show us that we experience conflicts. And the cards can also give us a smack in the face. Like, stop it. A lot of us also exaggerate in things. And we need to humble ourselves and not overdo things. Well, depending on what elements dominate you. That sounds bad, dominate. But, so self-awareness. Back to the benefits during a crisis time. During my healing time, again, I saw the light aspects of the darker cards. It took away my fear. It even took away my fear of death. Well, also a lot of meditation. Spending time in nature, learning about the seasons. It took away my fear. And it's just a tool to realize what is going on, to see the bigger picture, to think about what happened in your past, to see clearer where you're at now. And the future cards, I don't read tarot to read your future. But sometimes I pull cards as future cards, not per se to say this is going to happen, but it can also help you to prepare for what might happen, you know, when you run into obstacles, how to handle them in the best way, you know, stuff like that. Okay, let me think. Oh, I closed the book. I wrote some things down. I think I'm at the end of this video. If you like it, subscribe. The marketing, you know, the marketing, subscribe. Click on one of these sides. And also give it a like, because that helps me. That helps my exposure on the tube. And let me know what type of videos you might like to see. Some people have been commenting on my earlier videos that they would like to see videos where I speak about the moon cycles and also about my herbal teas. You might think, but she's having these problems in her sinuses now. She always speaks about her herbal medicine. Well, yes, I heal fast. I have a very sensitive nerve system because I'm high sensitive. So I catch colds quickly, but I heal from them quickly as well. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. If you're interested in other subjects, let me know. What shall I think I said everything. Yeah. So last, it acknowledges our feelings, it illuminates and clarifies our thoughts, it ignites and inspires our creativity, and it gives us stepping stones for our health and wealth. That's what I already said. Yeah, I think I said everything. Alright, I'll keep it at this. Sending you a lot of love and light. Love yourself. Think about your thoughts. Think about your thoughts. Control your thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Think about what steps you can take. Where are you at now? Do you need to slow down? Because you know. That's why I say it's a mirror of yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.